All right, well, today is the first day of sunshine in about 6 days, I guess. So things are sort of dry this morning. So I got my heater box all put back together. I got my gaskets put back where they belong. I 3D printed this little bushing to hold this flapper door that's here because my airbox didn't have whatever bushing was supposed to be in there. So I just went ahead and made one up real quick. I did have to bend these a little bit to get a gap because they were pushed together. The new motor is in, but as I said in the other video, it is different. So where the other motor, the wire came out down here and was on the between the box and the firewall, this one is going to be on the outside of the firewall. So what I'm going to end up doing is somewhere around, looks about 1 o'clock ish, I'm going to drill a small hole here in the firewall, so probably somewhere in this neighborhood, and then I'll put a grommet and then feed everything through, and then that should be that. But I went ahead and cut the plug off of the old motor. I have those heat shrink with the solder in them. You just apply heat and you can connect the two in. So I did that, and then because I had a bit of extra wire loom, I went ahead and separated them after I got up here. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do first is drill the hole and get that there, and then I bought some different parts here. I got some new push-on clips, that way for the ones I lost, and I got some of these rubber grommets that I will use for the hole, and we'll hopefully get that back in here pretty quickly. I think everything else is pretty much where it needs to be. I might have to make some adjustments, but get everything on there. But everything is working. I put that foam here so when you open and close the door it doesn't rattle. I did that on all the doors because the foam that was in here had turned to dust, and if you touched it, it made you sick. So all right, so let me go hunt down my drill and the stepper bit because that's what we're going to use. All right, so I don't know if my full-size standard drill will fit between the fender liner and the firewall, so I grabbed this. I've got a couple of bits. I'm going to use the small one to get a starter hole a little bit bigger. Then I'm going to put the stepper bit in there to finish it off, and then I'll probably come back in with a little bit of a grinder because I'm not going to do it so I can open this up a little bit and get the grommet to slide from the side possibly. All right, let's see how this works. All right, so I used the largest grommet I had in my box, so it is about the same size as this upper stepper, so I went ahead and did all that. There's my hole, there's that. I basically went off of this hole here because that's the tube there on the bottom. I kind of just, and then on the inside of this bolt I kind of figured out where that was going to be, and that's what we're going to do. Now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to notch this out right here so I can slide this with the wire already in it into place, and hopefully that goes smoothly. So let me go get a grinder, cut a little notch so I can get that to fit. All right, so I ground it out a little bit so that it's a little bit wider. Took my flappy disc and got all of the rough edges off. So now the little grommet fits up in there nice and clean. So then the motor will sit up against that, and that'll be good. Now there is a little bit of space between the firewall and the airbox. There are these grommets on here. They're about just over ½ inch or so. So the wires should be able to feed up and into their natural spot, which is right here, and then that connects to your harness. So next thing, I'm going to put this in and figure out how to get everything in place. All right, so what I did first is I got the cable that goes on between the side of the Jeep and the end of the heater box in place, and these other ones are just loose. I've got the wire hanging here, and I've pushed the heater box up so that it more or less is kind of hanging. I don't have an extra set of hands, but there's the grommet, there's the motor, and that's fitting in there. So once I get the grommet into place, then I can finish pushing the heater box all the way in. Alright, so I have this bottom one in. You can see the motor's not all the way flush, and the one here is not poking through, but I did get the one behind the motor. Might be hard to see with the sun, but I did get it started. I put the nut on it so it can't fall back out. So now I just have to go inside and wiggle the air box a bit until everything seats where it's supposed to, and then I should have this one out far enough to put the nut on it. So, and I got the grommet in place. Basically, I've just been doing a little bit of time. I put this strap here on this bracket, and after moving it around, the pop rivet snapped right off. So I'll have to be putting that back. But you can do it by yourself. You just got to be patient. All right, so the hardest part was on the passenger side, getting the tube to fit into the upper part of this box. I had to kind of push and twist, and then I heard a pop, and look, there's our screw. It came out. It's right there. So now I can put the nut on it. Our tubes are all the way out. Our motor is flush against the thing. Golden. I can tighten all these, the 3 bolts that I have. Your box should probably have 4. Mine is broke off right here, so I don't have one there. But so it's in place. I'm gonna go ahead and put the nut back on there. And I do believe it's these ones here with the little star washer thing on the back side. So let me get those 3 tightened up, and then we'll finish hooking up the cables. Alright, so I put a little liquid silicone on the threads because I didn't have any WD-40 at hand. So I got this one tightened and this one tightened. Don't over tighten them or you'll snap them just like that one is. Just snug them down. And now I'm going to do the other one here. I got my long extension set up. So there's the bolt. There's my extension, and now I can screw that one in, and we can go inside and do the cables. Okay, and just like that, I was able to get that one tightened down. I did have to use my step stool so I could lean on the tire. I still need to get the fan out of the way. I am going to go ahead and do the timing chain and tensioner since it's right there and I've already got everything else out of the way. So that will be the next video. But you can see that the gasket for the heater core is pushed up against the body. You can kind of see the gasket here for the fan motor. This is all in place, so it's protected not only by a wire loom, but also the rubber grommet to keep that from getting cut. So, all right. So, next thing, like I said, we're going to do the cables. Regretfully, I knocked this one off, so I need to go grind those pop rivets out of there real quick. They're already out there. I just need to find my pop rivet gun and see if I have any pop rivets this size. If not, I'll have to buy them. But luckily, this is right here. I can get to it no matter what. I can go ahead and do the other one. So let me go find, I guess I'll take that to the grinder and we'll hunt down my pop rivet gun. All right, well, I found my pop rivet tool, but I don't have any pop rivets that are that small on hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it for now. I'll come back and put that cable back in place. So yeah, so it connects up at that side, This was all bent out of place anyway, so this flapper wasn't even working, so I had to put all that back together. So yeah, once I get those pop rivets in, I can go ahead and put that cable back in place so everything's accessible. So next one I'm going to do is this one right here. It's in the middle. I already put the little boot back in place. And I have this one in. It is fitted down inside the box, so it feels tight. So we'll just go ahead and get this one up in there and call it good. All right, so I got that in place. I am using the M4x12 replacement ones. They seem to fit the best. So yeah, the last one I have to do is this one right here. But again, I got to get some pop rivets in there. So that's all we're going to do today. Thanks for watching, and while I'm waiting for the pop rivets, I will probably get out there and start taking apart the timing chain and stuff. So probably won't show this video. It might just be added to the other video, but that's all I'm going to do today. We have some medical equipment being delivered here in the next couple of hours, so I got to get cleaned up and wait for that. Thanks for watching.